wrapped the thing. I am glad it wasn't the leader. I would have been worried about that whole suit and behavior thing. And I'm glad it wasn't any of the other guys, because them not cut it either. So I'm glad. But that said, such an event is really an event for the party, president, leader of the opposition, prime minister, governor general. Those are the three main characters in an event like that. And traditionally, throughout the history of this country since 1962, that is how it has been. So it is a strange thing to not have the leader of the opposition, being present. And everybody have their own theories as to why Mark chose not to go. And you guys having a field here on Facebook about some of the reasons why you all believe that he never went. I have my own theory too. I will keep that to myself for now. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he never went. But apart from all of that, we also heard that he's not comfortable in these settings. He don't want to go to these things because he's not comfortable. So having said that, let me now say to all you risers and Peter Bunting and all of the riffraff over there, the rest of the riffraff them, Mark doesn't want to be leader of the opposition. Mark doesn't want to be president of the People's National Party. Mark want to go back to be Chaka Chaka Mark, doing anything he wants, smoke a sprayful, a drink, do a dance that don't look good. That's what Mark wants to do. The fact that you're all over there, propping him up and pushing him in this thing, and then after you do that, you send out embarrassing things to degrade him and embarrass him publicly. Because I believe it's them doing it, you know. The rice people.
Yeah, but that is true.
It's them doing it. It's them undermining him for it to look ridiculous. And we have spoken privately, all of us, about what we think their plans are. But Mark is such an idiot that he doesn't realize that he's a puppet in a ring of puppeteers. He doesn't realize that he's been played and he's been given a role to play, and then prop him up to do the role, and then make an ass, and he make an ass out of himself, and that's their intention, to make him make an ass out of himself. Whoever did that TikTok video.
Why are they doing that though, Karen?
That's the thing.
I consider Mark to be a victim of
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like
Mark is a victim of Bunting.
Yes, he is. He is, and so, it's Bunting's.
What is the purpose of them doing this?
It's Bunting's wet dream. It's Bunting's wet dream. Bunting's still like trying to relive his wet dream, but he can't seem to get it going because he can't get a seat. And even if he get a seat, they are at a place now where even the 400 groups, 600 groups, whatever amount of groups that they have formed, are not reliable to elect any of them, because they clearly have misunderstood what PNP groups are about. Them could form 6,000 groups and pay for those 6,000 groups every damn year. It does not make a difference when it's time for those group delegates to show up somewhere, to vote somewhere. Nobody can tell them what to do. So I don't know what Bunting plan is, because that, see that? Well, might not have none of that foolishness, but it's wine anyway. It's wine anyway.
I don't know if this is a good
It's
thing.
wine.
It's a 13-year-old make this.
Can't see right here. So I don't know what Bunting game is in terms of Mark. But clearly, the fact that they are rejoicing and tagging people about this video shows their ignorance and their misunderstanding of how a leader of an opposition, a leader of a party should behave. And they would jump right into his message for independence. And my God in heaven, I couldn't listen to the message once I saw the shirt. I just couldn't listen to the message. I see the shirt and woof! What the hell is that? Who is telling Mark that he should put on a beach shirt on Independence Day, go in front of a camera in some garden giving an informal Independence Day message. Who would advise a leader of opposition to do so? Who would be the person to not tell him, listen, boss, this requires a suit and a tie, a proper suit, a dark morning suit. And this requires a location filled up with all the frills of the Jamaican flag and the mockingbird.
The
and
opposition leader
I mean, nobody never tell him that. Them dress him in this beach shirt and tell him it look good because it have a Jamaican color. The leader of the PNP in a green and black. The leader of the PNP in green and black. Giving an Independence Day message. So that was my first thing I'm about to listen to it. But then other people tell me what it was. And the thing that you guys have been talking about all day. About Mark talking about our ancestors. And I would like to say to Mark Jefferson Golden, my ancestors was raped by your ancestors, and that is why I have this complexion. My ancestors and your ancestors, Comrade Mark, are two different people. You were the oppressor. Mine were the oppressed. You, Mark Golden, is the last heir of the plantocracy in Jamaica. Your grandparents owned slaves. They came here to Jamaica with their slaves. How my ancestors and your ancestors become our ancestors, it is not only disrespectful, it is utterly unacceptable. You can't give them kind of speech there. You are the only white man in the PNP of nearly 41,000 members of the PNP. You're the only white man from England whose father owned slaves. When you came here, I don't know if you came here or you're born here, there's the jury is still out on that. But when your grandparents and parents came here, they came with their slaves, Mark. Their slaves. You are the last of that family lineage coming down till today. And the delegates of the People's National Party went out and made a horrible mistake by electing you, the slave master's grandson, to be the leader of the People's National Party, and now talking about our ancestors' blood and tears. I don't know, have your ancestors been related to Nanny? I don't know, have your ancestors been related to Bogle? They oppressed them, they shot them, they killed them, they hanged them. Oh, on God's earth did somebody write that, give you to read, and you were comfortable reading it? Don't you get it? You need to get it, Mark. Your ancestors have nothing to do with Sam Sharp. Sam Sharp rose up the slaves at Christmas and demanded that they get Christmas off. Your ancestors were the ones in the big house telling them that they can't. When Bogle decided to march from Stony Gut to Spanish Town, go burn down that courthouse, your ancestors were the ones that met him at that courthouse and planned to shoot him. Bogle is my ancestors. So don't do that, Mark. Don't do that. Take it back, man. Take it back.
Karen, what about the people who will say that, you know, the Manleys, for example, they had ancestors from Britain and over in that section of Europe?
Let us be absolutely clear.
Compared to...
Let's be absolutely clear. First of all, I don't want them called Michael Man, the Manley name of them out. Because Manley would not be hanging out with none of them over that side. Manley would be burning them out every day and every night, and only him one could have find the words to burn them out. So let me be absolutely clear. Yes, Norman Manley's wife, Edna, came from England. Yes, Norman Manley married Edna. But I don't want nobody misunderstood this whole thing. Norman Manley was born in Manchester. Uno go with no foolishness, uno go with it. Norman Manley was born in Manchester. No matter where anybody else come from who had named Manley. Norman Manley was born in Manchester, and so was his two sons. Born in Jamaica, raised in Jamaica. Then the people that bled for Jamaica. It was Michael Manley who went down, I don't know if it's downtown or it's Harper Tree, and took off his shirt, fighting for poor workers. What a go out in a fool argument. The Manleys are Jamaicans. The Manleys were never anything else but Jamaicans.
Do you remember a time in history where either Norman or Michael ever made a public comment or any comment on their ancestors and the history of Jamaica in terms of the role that Britain played?
I don't know if there are any records of Michael Manley saying our ancestors. I don't know.
No, me.
Huh? Huh?
Me and himself, no man. Me I said yes.
But in any case,
me I said yes there.
But here's the difference. Let's say for argument's sake, we could say, all right, yes, Norman and Michael Manley had ancestors from England. So did we. We forgot that them rape our black slave ancestors and produce us. So we have ancestors too from there. Yeah, and with the argument sound kind of contrary. But let us be clear about something. Let's be clear about something. Jamaicans love Norman Manley and Michael Manley. There's nothing else I need to say after I said that. Jamaicans love, PNP people love Norman Manley and Michael Manley. And even if they were born in Timbuktu, there's nobody in Jamaica who will question their nationality and their patriotism and their nationalism and their commitment and love for Jamaica and Jamaican people. Nobody, not even labor rights, will be questioning Norman Manley's. It was Norman Manley who made the trip to England to tell them down there that we would have liked to back off and give us a country and run it ourselves. But go on the full argument. Mark Golding and his ancestors came to Jamaica with their slaves in tow, because it was quite natural and ordinary and normal for white British men to just roll into the West Indies, them call us the islands, just roll into the islands, come off them ship with them slaves in tow, with them bags, lifting up the bags and carrying the stuff. They came with their damn slaves. They can't talk to me about Michael Manley and Norman Manley. Michael Manley's patriotism and commitment and service to Jamaica is unparalleled to any other. Well, I should say both him and Seaga, yes, even though Seaga is a liberal, both him and Seaga, their commitment, their dedication and patriotism towards this country is unparalleled to what Mark Golding is trying to do right now. And I am of the opinion that maybe the other reason that Mark didn't want to go to this thing was also the whole flag raising thing. When he said, I like them things, what exactly does it mean? I don't know. Did the flag raising thing offend him? Is he a British citizen? Does he have a British passport? Would it have been offensive for him to go watch them lower the Union Jack and raise up the black, gold, and green Jamaican flag? I don't know. But with Mark, all kind of things seem to be going on up there. So you don't know what's happening with him, except when you see him doing those dance thing.
I wonder if anybody can tell if Mark is a British.
That thing come to my mind. It came to my mind and said, Mark could possibly be a British citizen and don't want, and it would be adverse to him being a citizen of Britain to go out there and participate in a ceremony like that. It would be an adverse act for a British citizen. There might even be some law against it, because Britain have some all kind of 6,000-year-old law about all kinds of stuff.
Them are part of the Commonwealth, so I don't think there would be any issue. But just
if he's a British citizen,
yeah.
Yeah, but I am not concerned too much about lots of people are British citizens. Let me say that was an inelegant way of saying it. But Jamaica is a part of the Commonwealth, not because we are British citizens, but because we were British subject, because we are British subjects. The Queen is still our head of state, and we're a part of that Commonwealth because she still controls us as in some way, shape, or form. So I love the Queen, and I don't mind being a part of the Commonwealth and the Queen being the head of state in Jamaica. I'm one of those who don't have no issue with that. You know, so being a member of the Commonwealth don't have nothing to do with British citizenship. If it did, then I would have a British passport, and so would you. There's a difference now in that as against you being a British citizen with a British passport. Whether you were, I don't know if Mark was born in Jamaica, yes or no, and I'm not going to go down that whole road of asking for a birth certificate. But I don't know if he was born in Jamaica, yes or no. Those
Don't
are
do that,
things.
Trump. Don't do that.
No, not going to do that. Not going to do that. Not going to do that. Not going down that road. But if he was born in, if he was not born here, we need to know, don't you think? That's a thing that we should know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if he does possess British citizenship along with his children, then don't you think that it's all right to know that as well?
No, absolutely.
I don't see that as a contentious argument I'm making. I am just putting forward that that could possibly be one of the reasons why he never felt that he should show. You know, slave masters, them bloodline, it might be old, but it's still the same thinking, you know. It is still the same thinking. Mark enjoys the fact that he's a member of parliament for a poor, dilapidated community, like in South St. Andrew. He enjoy that. And him say it, he's privileged, he's white, he is the last of the plantocracy, he epitomizes the British system of slavery and colonialism. And so he must have had some kind of training in that. And so everything that he did this weekend suggests to me, somebody who just went to 2 basic schools, that he's acting out and those training and that learning that he had growing up about being British and being black and being Jamaican. So I don't know, it might be being
absent from the being absent from the independence?
Yes, it could be. It could be. It could be. It could be, yes, him never feel like going because he's not comfortable in that surrounding. And if I was him, I wouldn't comfortable either. Because he's going to be hanging out with a black governor general and would be hanging out with a black chief justice and a black Custos and an almost black prime minister. I mean, those are people we'll be hanging out with. And if what I'm thinking in my head is not far-fetched, if it is not far-fetched, if it is not conspiracy theory, then maybe Mark acting out some of that. Because people tend not to believe the obvious. It's a flaw in human behavior. The obvious can be flaunted in front of us, and we're looking for things behind the obvious instead of just noticing the obvious, which is the real reason or the real thing. So maybe Mark acting out this weekend, dancing TikTok at some villa somewhere, but not going to the flag ceremony and not giving a proper independence message, properly attired with the seriousness and the poignancy that it requires celebrating Jamaica's independence from slavery, from colonialism, from control. And if he never thought, and the people who leads him and dresses him and gives him speeches to read, never thought that that is an affront to our sensibilities in regards to colonialism and slavery, then we are in deeper shit than we think.
So I just could not imagine Peter Phillips, Dr. Peter Phillips, or Portia missing an event like that, even in opposition. But a friend of mine just sent me a message. She said that she's watching. She said that if both parents are British or English, which Mark's parents were, the children automatically get the nationality of the party parents. What Mark would more or less have is dual nationality, as his wife is Jamaican, so he could get what you call an unconditional landing, or he can relinquish his British citizenship and take on the Jamaican citizenship via his wife. So I don't have any information of whether he relinquished. It's because it's the same thing with America. Like, um, if an American citizen has a child, that child automatically becomes an American citizen.
It is not
Right?
like that. It is not. It is not like that in Britain. There's no automatic citizenship for children born in Britain when their parents are legal citizens or British citizens or not. I don't believe I could be stand corrected if it is so, but I don't believe it
No,
is
the
so. I
person
don't
who
believe.
told me this, the person who told me this, she was born in Britain, but her parents are Jamaican.
And she get automatic citizenship. That's what
I
you
don't
say.
know her status, but I don't know
Yeah,
her status, but
I don't think so, but I stand corrected if it is so. But it is not the point I am trying to make. I'm trying to make the point that Mark's behavior symbolizes something else other than him just not feeling it that him want to go, or is not feeling well, or him never have a proper dark morning suit. I don't know. I think his behavior is a little bit more, needs to be looked into deeper than that. And the people who are celebrating his TikTok dance, after him not going to that ceremony and him not giving a proper representation of Jamaica's independence by doing that message in a proper attire, properly suited out in a dark morning suit, in a background that shows our flag and our nationality and our independence, then I am just saying that it could be something else other than him just not feeling the way. And in any case, when you are the leader of a party and the leader of opposition, which is a legal and recognized position, not only in the country but around the world, everything you do requires a suit, except
it's a
it's
paid
a yeah,
position. It's like going
it's
to
a
work.
paid, yeah. But this is not going down to Denby to go watch the farmers and check out the cow hooing and check out the local farmers and bringing them yam. This is not a campaign thing. This is Jamaica's Independence Day. You are the Queen's opposition leader. That message must be given with a level of respect and poignancy in a suit, in an environment that recognizes where we're coming from as a country. And the fact that as leader of the opposition, you felt that you could mete out that kind of disrespect to this day and this moment demands that you should not be the leader of the opposition. And maybe
I
also
find it very offensive.
very going into my third idea as to why I think he's doing all of this lunacy is that maybe he's crying out for help. Maybe he's saying, please, somebody help me. They have me as a hostage. Bunting say I should stay because he's not getting a seat yet. Bunting no want let me go. Please, can somebody please intervene? I don't want to be no opposition leader. I don't want to be no PMP leader. It's Bunting thing. Can somebody help me? Maybe we need to read it and possibly see it as a cry for help. It possibly could be. Let us not dismiss that as well. We know that Mark is a hostage to Bunting's whims and fancy. And Bunting trying to get a seat to see if the groups that him form would elect him. And I guarantee you, as I sit here tonight with my glass of wine, they would not even those who pay for, would elect him. Not one of them would elect him.
So Karen, what you think about the MP them? Like the MP them that are the 13 MPs who are watching this whole thing, and I consider it to be honestly just a ridiculous display of leadership that I've never seen before in the PNP. What do you think the MPs them what I'm supposed to do?
I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to.
And what can they do?
I don't want to talk too much.